Travis McMichael, one of the defendants, had agreed to plead guilty to federal hate crime charges. A long recitation from the government of what the evidence was. He agreed in this plea agreement to say that he killed Ahmaud Arbery because of Arbery's race.
Looks like the three men who callously murdered young Ahmaud Arbery in February 2020 will not be getting cushy federal deals after all. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I am your host, legal analyst Adrienne Lawrence. A federal judge in Georgia just rejected the plea agreements that would have been given to the father and son who murdered Ahmaud Arbery. Travis and Gregory McMichael had come to an agreement with federal prosecutors under which they would skip that federal hate crime trial, receive a 30-year sentence, and a federal prison of their choice if they pleaded guilty. In the face of these federal charges and that potential plea, U.S. District Judge Lisa Godfrey Wood rejected the prosecutor's recommended deal, at least for the father and son. It's unclear of whether that man who had filmed McMichael's murdering Arbery, William Roddy Bryan, would have gotten the same deal. Why did the judge reject those plea deals? For several reasons. First, she didn't approve the plea deal DOJ offered because it would have limited her to giving the McMichaels a 30-year sentence in federal prison of their preference. It also would have allowed them to do their first 30-year term in essentially the federal prison of their choice. And that's not something that the Arbery family wanted. Why? Because federal prison is known to be cushier, less crowded, better funded, and safer than Georgia State Prison. The Arbery family really wants these individuals to suffer and not to be in a cush environment. And so the judge was not here for it. The judge says essentially that they have until Friday to decide whether they want to plead guilty and roll the dice, letting her choose their sentence, or whether they'd like to go to trial. If you recall, the McMichaels had already been to trial once, and they were found guilty and sentenced to life in prison in state court. And that's along with William Bryan, who also was sentenced to life in prison in state court, except Bryan has the potential for parole after 30 years. That state court case back in November, well, that did not turn on race, but these federal charges do. This judge seems very much down to ensure that everything is fair when it comes to getting justice for Ahmaud Arbery. This is what the AP said. The federal judge ordered that a jury pool be chosen from throughout the Southern District of Georgia, which covers 43 counties, to improve odds of seating a fair and unbiased jury. Although the three men have already been convicted, they were convicted by an all-white jury, and prosecutors did not make race an issue at that state trial because Georgia did not have a hate crime law at that time. But now, we are in a whole different realm, and we know our society likes to pretend that racism isn't an issue, so having a jury that truly reflects the peers of your society, including those who are directly impacted by racism, is extremely important. So what do you think? Do you think that the McMichaels and Bryan should roll the dice and go ahead and plead guilty to see what this judge has in store for them? Or do you think that it may be best for them to go ahead and go to trial? I kind of think they're more likely to do the latter because what do they really have to lose? They're going to end up in Georgia State Prison if they do nothing about it, and the worst case scenario is that they still end up in Georgia State Prison. So we'll see.